Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XI Online. In the last episode, we went over to Castle Ostraja, got the Mithra forces back from Castle Ostraja to go rescue Fort Narugo, Karugo Narugo from the magic-resistant Yugoto forces. Had a battle there. And then we worked our way through the various caves, wiped out the Yugoto forces in the caves as we headed back to Windurst. Had a big battle scene in Windurst, where we rescued the city, and our male Mithra friend showed up, and he's getting a lot of attention from the ladies now. Windurst is safe for the moment. So we are now ready to actually head on and work on some of the actual Wings of the Goddess missions, rather than the Wings of the Goddess Windurst quests. So we've been working on a lot of that so far. So that's where we're going to start. So what we need to do is we need to head to Sandoria in the past. Okay, I was wondering if we might get the cutscene as we enter. We did not, which means I actually had to zone out into East Ronfar and then zone back in to Sandoria from East Ronfar to actually trigger the cutscene that we need to trigger. Okay, not a problem. Alright, so just give me a second. Okay. So now we're in East Ronfar, and we just turn right back around and go right back in. This is Remiot. Well, you're certainly looking quite hapless, adventurer. Have you not your wits about you? Or wondering what's going on? What's all the commotion, you ask? Well, everyone is on their way to see Troupe Mayakov's performance, of course. My comrades have been scrambling about relentlessly for some time now to procure tickets. Surely you're familiar with Troupe Mayakov, yes? No, not at all familiar. What? I can't even begin to imagine the enormity of the rock under which you must have been hiding. Why, they are one of the most popular dancing troupes in Vana'diel right now, rivaled perhaps only by Troupe Brilioth. Though from a stylistic and technical point of view, I am of the personal opinion that Troupe Mayakov is considerably more advanced. Of course, it certainly doesn't hurt that they have amassed some of the most adorable dancers I've ever seen. In fact, a show is about to start over at the old tavern in the Lion Square. The troupe leader has decided to grace Sandoria with a performance by popular demand. Such a chance to see performers of that caliber up close doesn't present itself very often. Everyone sure is up in a frenzy over it, all right. Well, if you have time yourself, I would highly recommend you pay a visit, although I offer no guarantees that you'll be able to get your hands on a ticket. What I wouldn't give to not be on guard duty. Right, because Wings of the Goddess is when the dancer job was added to the game. So let's head over to Lion Springs Tavern and see if we can get ourselves a ticket. Mr. Mayakov, let me be the first to thank you for taking the time to speak with us here today. We know that you are a busy man. Now please, sir, if you would share with us what you consider to be the highlight of this, your latest show. Yes, Mayakov. He's the guy who speaks with a lisp, where they replace all of the S's in the text of his dialogue with THs, so he ends up speaking like Sylvester the Cat. Thuffrin Thuckatath. It makes it incredibly hard to read some of his text. Now, I will not be speaking with a lisp for this character. I will attempt to interpret as best I can. It would be my pleasure. As I'm sure you all know by now, my Troupe Mayakov only incorporates the most beautiful and dazzling of elements into the dance. Into its dance, I think? ITH? If? Yeah. However, it hath come to my attention as of late that we have reached the absolute pinnacle of visible athletic beauty. That's... And so one reason I have come here today is to make it known that some time ago I made it our troop philosophy to seek out new horizons and new challenges to be true vanguards of our art. And guided by that philosophy, I have discovered a new theme for our dance, a new realm to throw ourselves into, a new modus operandi by which to move and bring delight to our audience. Dreams. Dreams. Through our dance and our art, we hope to bring dreams to everyone in their troubled times. That is a most intriguing concept, Mr. Mayakov, and may I say, a theme most befitting a dance troupe as beautiful and as glamorous as Troupe Mayakov. The majestic drawing of the curtain, the dazzling shine of the spotlight, and then the unparalleled beauty and grace of my dancing angels. The flying sweat off the passion, okay, there we go. Passion-driven brows, the hypnotic clicking of heels on the hard, polished wooden stage. I promise to send our audience home with an evening of rapture they will not soon forget. Bravo, bravo. But, Mr. Mayakov, what is your response then to pundits who claim that the current state of affairs is not particularly conducive to the continuation of extravagant art such as dance? Utter nonsense. I don't care if it's coming from the Shadow Lord himself, or any other person for that matter. I don't care if it's in front of the royal throne or before the very gates of hell. Troupe Mayakov will continue to dance no matter what the circumstances. Circumstances. Okay. Spoken like a true artist. Hmm? What is this person doing here? Gandalf, come. How do you explain this spectator getting past security? The show hath yet to begin. My apologies, Mr. Mycall, sir. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I'm afraid we are still undergoing pre-show preparations. I'll have to ask you to leave for the time being, but be sure to come back later with your ticket. Wait a moment there. Do you even have a ticket? No, I don't. I was looking to get one. Surely you're joking. What kind of sideshow attraction do you take Troupe Mycall for? Tickets to our performances have been sold out for weeks. Even the platinum tickets, going for hundreds of thousands of gills, sold out in the blink of an eye. Unfortunately, without a ticket, you simply cannot get into the show. I'm sorry, but you'll just have to chalk it out to a lack of luck this time. See to it our guest finds their way out, Gandalf. Come on, when's the show going to start? I can't wait. Turlo here. I've been looking forward to this for weeks, and now it's so close I can barely contain myself. How much longer will it be? Unfortunately, our rehearsals have run a bit longer than initially expected. The troupe asks that you remain patient for just a bit longer, and offers its sincerest apologies for any inconvenience. Well, this doesn't look promising. I have to get going soon. You scoundrel! A library? What are you doing here? So this is what was so important you had to leave the shop. What is this? What is going on here? It's nothing, just some... Oh, there's this... I thought you have there a ticket. Troupe Mycall. No, I have no idea what this is, what that is. I didn't do anything. I admit nothing. I knew you were up to something, acting all shady like you were. And look at you now. Skipping work and leaving the shop unattended to come to a place like this. Well, if you don't get back to work, there'll be no dinner tonight. Or any other night for that matter. But I like dinner. I'm not entirely sure if that's his wife or his boss. Alright, so we have to get our hands on a ticket. And we now know that Turlo there has a ticket and can't use it. There is a way to get the ticket from him. That involves a little time shenanigans. So... I need to set my warp ring. There we go. So we're going to head back to Juno in the present. And want to head to Upper Judo. Exit points. And here is Turlo. 20 years later. Watching the dancers. And these are the dancers you talk to if you want to unlock the dancer job. Let's have a chat with Turlo. You're a fan of the dance as well, then? Don't get me wrong, the dance shows that are put on nowadays are all well and good. They're nothing compared to the shows of old, back in the days when dance was in its prime. You ever hear of Troupe Mayakov? They were one of the more popular dance troupes making the rounds about the time of the Crystal War. The young girl amongst them, absolutely beautiful thing, the moon-shade butterfly they called her. They are still talking in Sandoria today about the solo performance she gave in Lion Square all those years ago. I was lucky enough to get a hold of a ticket for that show. Got all the way to the tavern before my wife it is his wife. Where my wife managed to track me down and drag me back home. That's one regret that I'll stay with me the rest of my days. Even though I can still carry the ticket with me. Just a reminder of how close I once came to seeing perfection on the stage. See, have a look. It's gotten quite beat up over the years, as can be expected. I don't suppose there's much use in hanging on to it anymore, though. Huh? You actually want this whole thing? You sure? Fine with me, I guess. It's nothing more than a scrap of paper at this point. You adventurers sure are a weird lot. Yeah, we're gonna take it 20 years into the past and we're gonna use it to get into the show. Alright, so we want to head back to Run Far Front, Southern Sandoria. Alright, so we're going to head back over to Lion Springs Tavern. We'll be back once we're there. Alright, so here we are, back at the tavern. You again? Quite the persistent one, aren't you? Some people never learn, I suppose. I have a ticket now. You brought a ticket with you this time? Let's have a look at it then. What the? Yeah, looks like it's been through hell and back. Do I even want to know what happened to that ticket? It's filthy. Is this thing even real? To be sure, it bears the seal of the Melusine, our official logo. Everything seems to be in order. I'm sorry, I can't allow it. That you could have come upon a ticket so quickly and in such condition is most suspicious. Thuthbitheth. Alright, we've had enough trouble with people trying to get in with fake tickets already. Excuse me, please pardon my interruption. Oh, Sir Regolith, of the Knights of the Ironcrest Hog. It is a most profound honor for Troupe Mayakov to be blessed with your custom. We have been eagerly awaiting your arrival, sir. The finest seat in the house has been prepared for your viewing pleasure and comfort. I am most pleased to hear that. What's this? Is there some trouble? No, sir, not at all. Simply another fan trying to gain entry with a fake ticket. You needn't worry yourself. We have matters well under control. I even have half a mind to order them all rounded up and thrown into Ronfar for their deceit. I'm afraid I can't stand idly by and let you treat my friend in such a manner. Sir? Your friend, sir? That's correct. Isn't that right? So please, some leniency, I beg of you. My profuse apologies, Sir Regalith. Regalise. Regalise, actually. I intended no disrespect. Indeed, a friend of our great and noble guest, Sir Regalise, shall be more than welcomed by Troupe Mayakov. Forgive my impertinence. Troupe Mayakov is honored by your patronage. The performance will begin momentarily. Please hurry to your seats. Well, this guy decided to help us out for some reason. Well, that was a close call, wouldn't you say? Artists. The troop leader is by no means a bad fellow, but he certainly can be stubborn, and a stubborn and selfish one. You caught my eye by the door there, adventurer. You have the air of regality about you. You are a knight of the kingdom, yes? Not really. Windurst, you don't say. And one of the Cobra mercenaries, no less. That explains the hardened look in your eyes, and no doubt you have plenty, story to tell. Well, we certainly do. We nearly saved the entire world once. Nearly everyone by now knows of the capable command of your Roma Migo. The talents of her deeds reach us even here in Sandoria. I needn't tell you, then, of the horrors of this great war. The ranks of the Beastmen Confederates stretch in all directions with no end in sight. We, the servants of the Allied forces, rarely have a free moment to enjoy the very freedoms we fight for. Which is why it is so essential that we make the most of our time away from duty, to forget the troubles and worries that this war has thrust upon us, and to enjoy what little time we have with our friends and loved ones. That is why I spoke up on your behalf at the door. Who am I? Oh, well, that's neither here nor there. Consider me no more than a fellow soldier. But let us speak now of what brings us here. The critics are touting Troupe Mayakov's performance as a show to see, and I can attest firsthand to the quality of the dancers. Come, let's enjoy the evening. I love the anticipation of a good show. It begins. Greetings to all, and heartfelt thank you on behalf of the troupe for gracing us with your presence tonight. And without further delay, on to the evening's presentation. Come now, behold a fair dance, be moved to dream in deep waking trance. Pomp or sage, even the nobleman knows, all are welcome with warmth by Troupe Mayakov. Old hag, young beauty, even the sweet child knows, all are embraced with love by Troupe Mayakov. Sever ties, fettered fool, and make merry this night. Come, honored guests, and forget all this night. For the dark, still young, swallowed by the sun, what once shone, and the time to revel in this night, and now alone. Let the show begin! So what do you think of Troupe Mayakov? Simply amazing, aren't they? It's easy to see how they have come to be known as the pixies of the battlefield. I've never seen such grace and beauty of movement, and so seemingly effortless. Which dance are you finding to be the most entertaining? Well, I think the one that you're kind of intended to pick is the one in the middle. What if I say the one on the left? Ah. Nothing. Okay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment you have all been waiting for. A solo performance by the star of Troupe Mayakov, the Moonshade Butterfly, the Lisette. Caught your attention, has she? That's the Lisette, they say. She's a real mystery, that one. Not too much is known about her. She only just recently joined the troupe, but apparently she was able to pass her stringent screening on the first go. No easy feat, that. Troupe Mayakov is notoriously strict in their recruiting practices. An absolute natural. See how she captivates the audience the instant she sets foot on the stage? Such a gifted child. And nobody knows why. She doesn't speak about her age, where she's been, where she's from. All anyone knows is that her father is Elvon and her mother is a Hume. Other than that, she's a complete mystery. No doubt that aura of mystery has helped propel her to such stardom so quickly. If there's one thing people love, it's the effect of the exotic. We love the unknown. And so the fluttering of the butterfly's flight draws to a close. Did you find yourself traipsing the night winds with her, guided by the light of the moon? And now you experience this evening, your experience this evening changed you, ladies and gentlemen. Was a seed of a dream planted tonight that will bloom or simply fade away? So, Regulus, there you are, sir. We have been searching all over for you. The order is most distressed, sir, for the commanding officer of the Knights of the Iron Crest Hawk to be wandering about in the open is most uncouth. You'd rather I remain in my quarters, the overprotected maiden in her tower, yes? But it is regulation, sir. Surely this is no laughing matter. Yes, very well. I only jest. I gave our hawks quite the scare, did I? Yes, sir. All of our knights have assembled on the parade ground awaiting some news. I shall go and set their minds at ease at once. By your leave, Mr. Mayakov. On behalf of my entire troop, sir, good night to you. Kate Sith. What is it? If you'll excuse me, I have some minor business I must see to. I'm sure that our paths will cross again. We are on the same side, after all. Farewell for now. How fare things in Laval? So, according to intelligence reports from the latest courier, ranks are currently regrouping at that location. The Knights of the Matter Falcon report to be rebuilding the defenses and barricading strategic points. The resistance, however, continues in waves. A considerable portion of the local populace has already been abducted by the Beastmen, sir. You haven't a moment to lose. The time to act is at hand. Agreed. The position cannot be lost. Deploy immediately. Sir, there is another problem to consider. What is it? Sir, we are too preoccupied here at the capital with the rebuilding of fortifications and rallying of the troops. In anticipation of your orders, we attempted to garner what forces we could to send into the field, but I'm afraid such a force would be significantly lacking in its capabilities to reinforce the location, sir. You needn't worry yourself about that. I had considered our lack of manpower and took the liberty of scouting a formidable ally to our cause. A formidable ally, sir? I had heard the kingdom was low on infantry, but I hadn't imagined the situation was this dire. Ah, there you are, Mr. Myakov. Your assistance is most welcome. What you see is quite remarkable in its own right, considering the blow which we suffered at the Battle of Lathen. Sir Regalis, if I may inquire as to who our guest is? Of course. This is the leader of the prestigious Troupe Myakov. He has agreed to lend us the strength of his dancers in our desperate hour. Troupe Myakov? The dancers, sir? Don't be mistaken, knight. The dancers may hide themselves away in obscurity in these traveling troops, but they shall play a key role on the battlefields in our opposition to this damnable Beastman Confederate. But surely, the majority of Troupe Myakov's members are orphans who were brought up at the convent in Laval. Believe me when I tell you that none are more disheartened than we by the current state of affairs there. May not be the imposing fighting force that you were hoping for, but we will do everything in our power to protect our homeland. Portia. The lovely lady you see before you is not only one of our talented performers, but also our most accomplished battle dancer. No doubt Portia here will prove an invaluable addition to your cause. Are you sure you are up to the task, my lady? By your will, my lord, should it please you, Sir Regalis, I would willingly follow you to the very ends of Vana'diel. What about the other one? The cute one, Lilithset, I think her name was. Can she come along as well? Lilithset is still but a mere child. Only recently has she joined our troop, and I have no intentions of endangering her life. Alright. It is settled. Then we depart at once. Knights, bid farewell to your ladies. Farewell, sir. Do not be so easily shaken, boys. It's only a figure of speech. Tell them not but you love them, and shall hold them in your arms again before many nights pass. Dismissed. Alright. There we are. Now, we saw Kate Sith heading back out in the Ron Far. So, let's head out there and see what's going on. Yep, brave the wilds, yes. There it is. Oh well, do my feline eyes deceive me, playing tricks, or is this Tuna? It has been some time. I was certainly not expecting to run into you in a place like this. How have you been since last we met? Surprised are you to find that I know your name? Your moniker? I'll never underestimate this most regal of felines. There is little I do not know. Almost know it all. For example, if I may. The chaotic dealings with the proud mercenaries of Windurst. I see it all, have seen it all. I wonder, by the way, if you have remembered what I asked you last time we met, a favor I asked. The tears of this world, a tidal wave, we said. I asked you, kind Tuna, if you would not make efforts to reduce said tears, dry some eyes. You've seen, no doubt, the flames of this war spreading here and there, engulfing all things. There is no time to lose, not a single second. And so you have come, and the dances you have seen, carried away in the act, perhaps? Are you a bit troubled, a tad lost? Perhaps I should have seen to things a bit more thoroughly, more completely. Perhaps more could be, if only more. Are you fully grasping what is transpiring around you? This power you have, the power to traipse time, to span the ages. How can you use this? What will you do? This battle, that fight, this war, that skirmish, so seemingly large in scale, yet all pale in comparison to your grand considerations. The dancers are here. What's that? What's that? We've captured it. What is this you do? For why am I caught? We've captured it, Lilithette. What? What's this? It looks like we've got an extra fish in the net, and a weird one at that. All the same, nothing but another underling of the cat we're after anyway. I knew I wasn't wrong. It's just as I thought. And so, I have you at last. Mind your manners before me, cat. How dare you? The nerve. I am no mere cat. Come no closer. Keep those filthy hands away. Dirty, dirty hands. Do you even groom yourself? Even keep clean? Such a naive young girl. Another 10 years, perhaps, you might be worthy of this indignant act against me. Absolutely criminal. 10? Perhaps another 100 years, you would find yourself in a position to command me, cat. Why, you... Ouch. Ow, it bit me. Such an annoying distraction. Distracting annoyance. Yuna, remember our little chat? Shouldn't be forgot. Wait. And it teleported out. No, we almost had it. Listen, maybe we should just forget the cat. Isn't this getting a little obsessive? What? Hold your tongue. You don't know what you're talking about. That is not just a cat. It is a form taken on by our enemy. Come here from years in the future. Yeah, we've been meaning to talk to you about that. Doesn't that sound a bit, well, ridiculous? A beastman? Turn into a cat from the future? Is that what this is all about? Don't you see? The world is in grave danger. Oh, it's true. Oh, I missed a line. If it's true, if we catch it again, I'll prove it to you. Don't you see? The world is in grave danger. We must stop her. Alright, easy now. What are we gonna do with this one? She's in cahoots with the cat, right? What are you looking at? Never seen a human with long ears before? Just who are you exactly? Speak up. You look like a nice enough person, but what are you doing running around with that cat? Let's hear it. There must be some kind of story. I know of her. Just as bad as if you ask me. There's a lot of questions I'd like to ask, but for now, I'm going to have to insist that you come with me. Come now, it won't be all that terrible. Uh-oh, looks like Lilith has got it out for you. You better not cross her for your own safety. She may look like nothing more than a cute face. That is, after all, how she came to be the most popular member of the troupe, of our Troupe Bayakov. There's certainly a great deal more to the Moonshade Butterfly than meets the eye. More like a Moonshade Wolverine. She's a hard-nosed little scrapper when she needs to be. Toughest in the troupe, I'd venture. I've lost count of how many eligible young bachelors have tried to win her hand, but she refuses any suitor who dares show even the slightest interest. Oh, I've seen what happened to a few of those. Putting on their smoothest moves only gets Lily even hangrier. I've seen a few broken noses and dislocated jaws. Shame. Such a fine-looking young lads, too. I'm not into looks. I just hate stupid, weak men, that's all. What's wrong with that? Wait a minute, why were we talking about this? Never mind. I'll take care of things from here. Troupe dismissed. Well, we seem to have strayed a bit off topic here. But let me get back to the important topic at hand. Who are you, and what is your relationship to that confounded feline? Cavernous maws? So that is the name they've been given, and you claim you were sucked into one? Then it is just as I suspected. The cat is pulling all the strings here. You think I'm reacting strangely? You're probably just going to laugh my story off as idiotic rantings and not believe a word of it, right? Just like the others. Do as you see fit. It doesn't matter to me. That's... These coarser chocobos will carry us to Laval. Forget not your steeds' water and rations, and double check your saddles. We ride. We must reach the village while our brothers in the Order of the Madder Falcon are still holding out. Open war is upon us, whether we would risk it or not. Make haste. Portia, what are you doing? Laval is under grave siege by the orcs. We are riding to its aid with the Knights of the Ironcrest Hawk. But you must not go to Laval. It's far too dangerous. I don't know what will happen. This isn't the way things are supposed to happen, and not like this. All I know is that something is terribly wrong if the orcs are attacking Laval at this point in the war. There you go, Lilith. Always one for crazy talk. Hush now, child. The time for words has passed. I certainly don't doubt that you are a clever girl, and I must admit your predictions are more often accurate than not. The lives of innocent people are at stake now. We must go to their aid. You shall learn in time. Life does not always go according to plan. No, you don't understand. It's not a plan. I know for a fact. You needn't worry about me. I've had my fair share of military training. This will not be my first time facing an enemy in combat, nor my last, I should think. And there is always the gallant Sir Ragalis at my side to protect me. What are you doing playing around in a place like this? Get back to the rehearsal hall and continue with your training. But Mr. Bayakov... Go on, back now. Head back now. We'll return just as soon as we make sure the village is safe. The two of us will be out shopping again in no time, I promise. Portia. You there. I'm just going to ask you outright. You've come from the future, haven't you? Never mind. You needn't answer. But surely by now you've sensed that something is a bit off. Laval will eventually fall under the permanent control of the orcs. They'll rename it. You know it as Devoy. But that is not supposed to be happening now. By the way, what do you call yourself? Tuna. A good name. Well, Tuna, have you begun to grasp everything that's going on yet? If so, then I beseech you to help me. I cannot even begin to imagine what events will come to pass. I fear the worst for Portia and the others. I too must head for Laval. Right. She is also from the future. Well, from the present. Our present. Yeah, whatever. So yes, Laval is what will eventually become Devoy, which is one of the orc strongholds. The things are not going to go well there. Alright, so we will be heading out to Laval next, but we will be doing that in next episode. So we'll be stopping here for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.